Today we're going to be talking about scientific notation. Today your objective is, today I will demonstrate my mathematical ability to add and subtract numbers in scientific notation and understand what is meant by the term leading digit through class discussion. So let's look at scientific notation. If I have a number like 487,000, okay, now let's go million. Let's make it a really big number we're dealing with. If I'm looking at the leading digit, the leading digit is simply the digit that leads the number. Okay? Right here would be my leading digit. This leading digit is going to be between 1 and 9. Okay? So if I want to write something in scientific notation, I want to move the decimal. Okay, I'm going to move the decimal. My pen will work. So the leading digit is to the left of the decimal, and only the leading digit. Okay, so I take my decimal, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My leading decimal now here, and I moved to 8 places. So step 2, I want to count the places. Okay, I'm going to count the places. So we said it was 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I'm going to write just the decimal now. Now it is 4.87 or 4 87/100ths, right? I'm going to multiply it to a power of 10. Well, I moved my decimal 8 places, so it's going to be 10 to the 8th. Now, it is really important that the number over here is written where the leading digit is between 1 and 9. And as a product, I'm not adding here, I'm multiplying. So step 3 would be, to write the decimal. Write the decimal and multiply it by a power of 10. Okay, by a power of 10 with the exponent being the decimal moves. Okay. And really, so if I have a number outside of if I wanted to take a number out of this, if I have, let me change colors a little bit so we know we're dealing with something different. If I have 2.3 times 10 to the -4th, remember this negative means I'm going smaller. So I have 2.3. Okay, I'm going to just go through the opposite of what I was doing here, where I was counting the decimals. Now I'm going to move my decimal 4 places to the left because I'm going smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. My decimals are right here, and I fill that in with zeros. Okay, so if I have a number, let's move this down a little bit. Okay, if I have a number, say 4.5 times 10 to the 3rd, I'm going to have 4.5. I'm going to move it 3 spots to the right because I'm getting bigger. 1, 2, 3. Fill in with zeros. So this would be 4,500. So the biggest thing we're going to be dealing with is this right up here in the black. Okay, where I'm going to give you a number and I want it to be in scientific notation. However, you also need to understand how I can go out of scientific notation to standard notation in either way of these two areas. Okay? Okay, so looking at these first 4 numbers. I want to know, are these written in scientific notation? Okay, well, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, number one, is the leading digit that is to the left of the decimal, is it between 1 and 9? Well, first off, I look here. I have a 1 in front of my decimal. Is that between 1 and 9? Yes, it is. And the second thing I must look at, is it a product? Meaning, am I multiplying? So in this situation, I would say yes, it is. Okay? Because we're written in the correct format. Now, let's look at number 2 down here. Is number 2 in scientific notation? It looks like it. It's kind of deceiving, though. Remember, I said my leading digit has between 1 and 9. Is my leading digit here between 1 and 9? No, it is not. So I would say no, because 0 is not between 1 and 9. Okay? Now, let's change the color because I don't like that color so much. Let's look at number 4. Number 4, it passes the first test. My leading digit is between 1 and 9. That's in front of the decimal. However, I'm adding here. Can I add in? I cannot add in scientific notation. I must multiply. So I would say no, because it must be a product. It must be a product. Okay? Let's look at this one. Well, there's a couple things wrong with this one. Number 1, my leading digit here is it between 1 and 10, or 1 and 9? No. So that's an automatic red flag that I would send up. And number 2, I have it written to a power of 5. It must be to a power of 10. So there's actually 2 things wrong here. Number 1, okay, so this is a no. Number 1, because the leading digit is not between 1 and 9. 1 to 9. And it must be written to a power of 10. Okay, like this example here, this one, and this one. I have 2 more. Let's look at these last 2 and see if we can figure these last 2 out. Well, is 3? Yep. 3 is. Why is 3? Well, if we look, my leading digit here is between 1 and 9. It's written to a power of 10. Let's look at 6. 6 has a 8 as a leading digit. Okay. Now, the decimal for 8 is right here. Remember, if I just have a number, I don't always have to write the decimal, but it's always going to be there. And it's also, so one digit, the leading digits between 1 and 9 is written to the power of 10. So in this situation, it would be in scientific notation. So I would also say yes in this situation.